Alright, so I did a little bit of research and I found an open source operating system that I'm going to put on this bad boy called Knulli. It's going to include everything that the stock OS has, plus a little bit more. It was developed as a fork of Bactocera, so already it's going to be great on handhelds. It's going to have additional support for USB devices like Wi-Fi dongles. It's going to have customizable hotkeys now, as well as improved functionality with the suspend option when you press the power button. And of course, all the other goodies that come with running an open source operating system. We're going to have a lot more customization available, as well as more frequent updates to the operating system. So let's get it installed. So after I did a little bit more research on the operating system that I was going to be using, I learned that I was not pronouncing it correctly. I thought it was Knulli, like just take the K off and it's N-U-L-L, but it was null. It's actually pronounced Knulli Linux. So I used my favorite imaging software to install Knulli on the stock SD card called Balena Etcher, popped it in, and it had no issues running the OS. The other SD card slot that I'm using to hold the games was a little bit more tricky, but I'll admit it was only tricky because I didn't read the documentation. I can be an end user sometimes, I'll admit that. But I did read enough documentation to know how to set up the directories. It pretty much explains it exactly how it needs to be, all the folder names, so it can read, all the game files. The thing that I forgot to do, because it just wasn't working for me. I kept reinserting the SD card, making sure everything was formatted correctly, rebooting, but I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I actually had to go over to system settings. So I went over to system settings, scrolled all the way down to storage, and you actually have to select your storage device. So you can select internal, any external, and then I saw my SD card slot that was in slot 2. So I just moved it on over to there, and that solved the issue. So at this point, I'm ready to go. I've got all the games I want to test out installed on the SD card, and I've got a nice theme to go along with it. At the price point, you are getting a lot for what you pay for, but it's not going to run every 3D game great, that's for sure. But you buy this because you want to play some 3D games, otherwise why would you want these two nice thumbsticks? So I wouldn't recommend this to a complete beginner that's getting their very first handheld, only because they're not going to know where to set their expectations when it comes to 3D emulation. They buy it, they see two thumbsticks, they think they can just play any retro 3D game, and that's not really going to be the case, and I don't want to ruin that experience for them. So that's why I have the RG35XX. That's what I would recommend to a complete beginner, because it's going to play all those 2D titles and it's going to play them very well. All right, now let's play some games. It's the longest camera ever.
License. I can't believe it. Was that your best? I don't think so.
Ooh, yeah, big stutter there. I wonder what's causing those stutters. Try another one. The unstoppable throw loop. Past my bedtime. The CubeXX is the perfect second Anbernic handheld that you should get. If you want one of the most budget 3D handhelds but still get some good hardware and good battery life, you get excited at the prospect of blowing away the stock operating system and installing something open source, something that's portable that you can fit in your pocket or any slot in your bag. Even though I couldn't run every 3D game perfectly, I still look back at the price and I don't regret the decision. So if you have a little bit of experience with these kind of handhelds, you'll love the CubeXX. If you don't have any experience at all and want to just get into handhelds, I suggest the RG35XX to start out with. I'll link both down below so you can check them out. Peace.